In an underground war room at the headquarters of Israel's armed forces, one of its cyber units is working on defending the country's cyberspace. Usually cameras are not allowed in here, but DW has been given exclusive access. The virtual adversaries hail from across the globe, from state actors to hacker groups, with Iran considered one of the main agents. Both countries have been engaged in a long-simmering shadow cyber war.
I prefer not to get into a specific threat from this country or not, but I would say that there is an ongoing threat from a state actor and non-state actor against the state of Israel that is increasing at the last year and a half in that matter.
In Israel, it is often referred to as a war in between wars on a variety of levels. For years, Israel's Air Force has also allegedly carried out strikes in neighboring Syria to prevent the entrenchment of Iranian forces or proxy militias. The overall aim to slow down Iran's nuclear program and its influence in the region.
Nobody wants a war in the Middle East. No question about that. At the same time, one has to remember that Israel is the only country that is threatened by Iran to be annihilated off the map.
That's why talks between world powers and Iran in Vienna to revive the 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan for Action, also known as JCPOA, are being so closely watched here.
Iran has never enriched to 60%, which it is doing now. During the JCPOA period, it was not enriching to 20%. So the situation today is a very bad one. The question is whether there is a possibility to go back to the JCPOA.
Prime Minister Naftali Bennett has also made it clear that Israel won't just accept any deal.
Israel is not a party to the agreements. Israel is not bound by what will be written in the agreements, if they are signed. And Israel will continue to reserve full freedom of action, anywhere, anytime, with no constraints.
The debate in Israel over possible unilateral action against Iran has intensified. The country has reportedly set aside a significant budget to prepare the Israeli military for a potential strike on Iran.
The main show is Vienna. Israel is trying to create an alternative to what's going on the table in Vienna. So we are trying to produce a viable military option, which Israel is still working on.
In the meantime, the war in between wars continues. Experts say a nuclear Iran would change the whole region and could lead to a nuclear arms race in the Middle East.